Hi, beautiful friends, it's Linda. So what if I told you that the reason most at-home beauty treatments don't deliver the results you want or expect, it's not to do with the product, it has everything to do with how and when you are using it. I'm very excited to announce that at the end of this video, I'm going to introduce you to a brand new program that was developed exclusively for my community. It's available only here on my channel, and it's completely free. And it's guaranteed to help you increase the results you're getting from your at-home beauty routines. But first in this video, I'm going to share with you my exact anti-aging routine that I do and personally swear by, what I use, how I use them, and how often. While I do occasionally do some in-office treatments and procedures, this routine is what I swear by that consistently keeps my skin lifted, smooth, and radiant, working from my own home. Welcome to my channel, New Age Beauty, which is all about aging beautifully, mind, body, and spirit. At 76, I explore what's possible, what's worth doing, and how you can exceed your own expectations for aging by shifting your mindset from growing old to growing bold, and setting bold goals for yourself. So if you're like me and you want to live the best life possible for as long as possible, then I invite you to join me on this journey of like-minded women who want to age beautifully. Just click on subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever I post new content. But before we talk about devices and treatments, we need to start with what is the most overlooked anti-aging tool of all, and that's sleep. So I have used the Sleep and Glow pillow for a few years now, and I believe it is hands down one of the best investments you can make in yourself. Why? Because sleep wrinkles are real. They are not expression lines, they are compression lines. And over time, they become permanent. You can see here that I have some lines in my forehead that came from years of sleeping on the wrong pillows before I discovered the issue and fixed it. My face remains elevated, so there's no compression or smushing of the face since it fits within the cradle. It's like floating rather than folding and compressing my skin. So Sleep and Glow is the only brand with clinically proven results showing that wrinkles decreased in 87% of patients within only 3 months, and wrinkles were reduced by more than double. The nasolabial sleep wrinkles reduced to 52%, and vertical forehead wrinkles up to 67%, while wrinkles around the eyes were reduced by up to 61%. It's designed by orthopedists, and in fact, my husband wanted to try it out about a year ago. So I got another one. He was in bed for several months, bless his heart. He was very ill. He recently had a transplant. So now he is almost back to normal, but he insists this is the only pillow he has ever used his entire life. And I've invested a lot in different pillows because we both have had serious neck issues over the years. He says this has literally eliminated his neck pain. It comes with an additional foam layer insert to adjust the pillow height, which helps it work for larger frame people, and it allowed it to work for him. So good sleep is the foundation that everything else is built on. So if you don't have a Sleep and Glow pillow yet, this would be a great Christmas gift to yourself. Now through December 20th, you can get 15% off using my code NEWAGEBEAUTY15. And after that, you can get 10% off with the code NEWAGEBEAUTY. So now let's talk about the treatments that actually stimulate change within the skin. I've talked about in prior videos how much I love microcurrent, and I recently did a video on my favorite one that I'm using now called Zip, the Zip Halo. And it's my favorite for lifting the cheeks and sculpting the face. In fact, I used it right before my video today. In fact, if I go without using it for definitely for 2 weeks, I can really see the difference. So it stimulates and activates your facial muscles, which helps improve firmness. It enhances the contours of your face, and it supports better circulation, which helps your overall skin and elasticity. So I think you can see the difference in these photos after using it just 2 weeks, and you can see how easy it is to use, especially when following the Zip app, where the founder walks you through exactly what to do based on your own personal goals. So I use the Zip routinely 3 times a week. So microcurrent is like fitness for your face. You don't go to the gym once and expect to have lifelong results. So consistency is key, just like everything. And this is where people often get frustrated with their beauty routines. They'll use something intensely for the first week or two after they get it, and then they start to slack off a little bit because their lives are busy and they may forget. It's hard building something new into a routine, especially the older we get. It's not essential for survival, so our brain doesn't put it at the top of our list to do. And so it becomes something we have to force ourselves to remember, and we don't always do that. So what's most important is making sure you do it consistently. So if you don't have a zip yet, this is a perfect time. Maybe add it to your Christmas list. You can get 10% off using my code, New Age Beauty. So the next one is red light therapy, and I have talked about this a lot. This is one of the most powerful tools we have for aging beautifully at home. Collagen is the infrastructure of our skin, essentially the foundation, and it breaks down dramatically, especially after menopause. By the time you reach my age, my levels are about 70% less than when you're in your 20s. I mean, it really is a dramatic reduction. So I have focused extensively on building the collagen in my skin. And this is one way to do it consistently. So I've been using red light for about 4 years now, and it's not something that I'm willing to give up. It supports our collagen production, most importantly. It improves our skin tone and texture, reduces inflammation, and enhances skin repair at the cellular level. This is not about instant gratification. This is about long-term skin health. But again, you have to use it consistently. So I use the protocol I use the Mesama brand mask. And what I love about it is it has both red light and near infrared light, and they both target different areas of the skin. One is more helpful for building collagen and the other for really boosting elasticity. And Mesama is the only brand that uses pulsed light, which actually increases the benefits. So you might want to watch a recent video I did where I interviewed the CEO of the company, and she sheds a lot of light on red light therapy. It's really worth watching. I do the face mask for 6 minutes. I also have a chin to chest mask. I put them on at the same time. And now I have a hand mask. I have arthritis in my hands, and they're also pretty wrinkly. So I've just started. It's a new device they just came out with. So I've just started on my hands, and you do that for 10 minutes on each hand. But you can continue to use your hand while you are doing it, and you can continue to work. So I'll sit in the morning, put on my masks, and I will continue to work on my computer, go through the news, whatever, while I have my red light therapy devices on. So it's not taking any more time out of my day. But this is something you do need to build into your daily routine. Consistency is key, and it's not preventing you from doing other things. So it's just a matter of when you do it. Some people will do it in the evening before they go to bed or while they're watching TV. I do it in the morning. It's the first thing that I do, and I do it 3 times a week. So this next treatment is microneedling. Now there are several different ways you can microneedle, and I've tried several of them. One is the roller with the needles. The second one is a pen that you can basically stamp on your face. And then there's an actual stamper, a brand called Banish. And then there is this one, which is what I'm currently using, called Cure Microinfusion System. And the whole point of microneedling is to open up the channels in your skin so that the serums will absorb deep into your skin so that they can help heal and repair damage. So what I am using now is Cure Microinfusion System, and this device should be used basically every 2 weeks. It has 24 karat gold surgical needles to create the invisible microchannels, which allow those serums to be infused directly below the skin barrier. That allows for deeper absorption, which makes it more effective than other at-home derma rollers. It's virtually painless, and it has minimal to no downtime. So if you're interested in trying Cure, I do have a 10% off code that I will link and list below. And that code is also New Age Beauty. So this next one is Dermaplaning, and this is the most cost-effective of everything. So dermaplaning, if you're not familiar with it, it's essentially shaving your face. I have done this for as long as I can remember, certainly back into my 30s. And I am almost a hairless person. I have very little hair on my body, except on my head, fortunately. But if you looked at my skin, I mean, even on my legs, I just don't grow hair. And that's a blessing in many ways. So I do get peach fuzz though, and since I'm such a makeup fan and have been since my 20s when I modeled, I always wanted, perfect application. So when you get peach fuzz on your face, that keeps the makeup from going on flawlessly. But also doing this technique, it's a deep form of exfoliation is what it really is. And exfoliation is helping you turn over the dead skin cells on your skin so that new ones will grow and your skin will become more revitalized. Absolutely works. It's very, very cost effective and one of the best things you can do for your skin. Now there's a variety of ways that you can do it, but the first one is to just use one of these little, I think they're called tickler razors that you can buy on Amazon, very inexpensive, $2-3. And you basically are, shaving the hair and the skin. What you're trying to do is get rid of the outer layer of skin very gently from your face. So the second one is a much, much sharper device that does a much more intense job. I have cut myself many times with it, just like a guy probably shaving. Razors come in 2 different sizes depending on what area you're working on. It's also great for doing right above the brow because, again, getting rid of that fuzz allows you to, apply your eyebrow products a lot better. And here is my favorite one because I've never cut myself with it, but it does a really intense job of exfoliation. And this is one that you need to charge, and then it comes with these razor refills that you get. And I replace them every few months. I don't do it very often, though. The whole process of dermaplaning, I do it once a month at most. So this can be very, very, very effective. You have to get used to using it. It's always important with any of this is that you're tight and you're holding the skin back, holding it up so it's taut when you do it. It's also great to do this right above the brows to make your eyebrow products go on better. And above the lip, of course, for lip liner and lipstick. And this one is electronic, so you do have to charge it, and it has a low and a high setting, and the high setting just allows it to go a little bit deeper and be a little bit more intense. Yeah, I've linked everything in the description box so you can see for yourself what everything costs. Highly recommend doing dermaplaning, and I do it once a month. So this next area is something that everybody should be or probably already is doing, and that is using some skin actives. So every dermatologist will tell you have to do at least 2 things. One is apply a retinol product, and 2, apply a vitamin C product. So vitamin C typically goes on in the morning, and the retinol typically goes on at night. Well, my skin really reacts to these, so I am cautious about not doing them too much. So I do them between 1 and 2 times a week, generally once a week. And of course, vitamin C is to help the brightness of your skin. It helps protect your skin. It's an antioxidant, and it helps to stimulate your collagen, as does retinol. Retinol also helps you with turning over your cells, improves your texture, and helps with long-term skin renewal. There's all different kinds you can get from Retin A, the prescription that's much more intense. I gave that up years ago. I just found it was too, I just got tired of the flaking. So I use these different products right now. But there's a lot of great products on the market. These are incredibly effective, but they need to be used strategically because if you're putting a lot of products on, after, it can really overwhelm your skin. So you want to have a plan, a strategy for how and when you use them. So here's what I have learned from having done at-home beauty routines for many years now. Consistency is so important, and it's very hard. Especially the older we get, we have had certain habits for a certain number of years, and it's really, really hard to all of a sudden insert something new in the middle of what we're already doing and expect it to just happen. It's like losing weight. It's like, working out. You've really got to get into doing it consistently, and then eventually it becomes a habit. Well, the older we get, the more we resist adding new habits. So biggest frustration with all of these things is, when are you going to do it? How often are you going to do it? And are you going to do it? So I'm going to help with that. So now for my big reveal. I've been teasing you about this the whole video, but I'm really, really excited to share this with you. And I promise you that if you adopt this plan, you're going to step up your game in a big way. So now for my big reveal, and it starts on my website, newagebeauty.com. The most important ingredient for success with any beauty treatment is frequency and consistency, and that can be a challenge for people with busy lives and set routines. We have followed the same habits for so long, and as we age, it just gets harder and harder to incorporate new things into our lives. Well, I'm very excited to share that I've developed a custom app that is going to solve this problem. I've been a geek since the 80s and have developed several programs and apps for companies over the years, but this one is for me and for anyone in this community who wants to use it, and there's no cost. I'm going to show you how to get it and how to use it from any computer or mobile phone. So you're going to start by going to newagebeauty.com, and you'll see I have a lot of information on here, in my YouTube videos where I talk about, my transformational journey. About section, then there's reinvention, some things that I learned as I reinvented myself, which I've done many, many, many times over the years, so you might find that interesting. And then I have a page on beauty, which has all the beauty videos, a page on fitness, and a page on style. So this is just a great place to access the different videos rather than going to YouTube. And then here is the treatment tracker. So when you click on this, the first time, you're going to enter your name, email address, and of course a password. After you log in, you will see this screen, and it gives you 8 choices for treatment cards, basically, that you're going to load into your app. And I did the most common types of treatments: microcurrent, red light therapy, microneedling, skin actives, radiofrequency, laser treatments, dermaplaning, and IPL. You're going to select the treatments that are relevant to you. So I showed in this video earlier the 5 different treatments that I do. So I'm going to click off for me microcurrent, red light therapy, microneedling, skin actives, and dermaplaning. So now my app is going to load. So you will see at the top there's just a little introduction. Then there is a Manage Treatments button where you can adjust the cards that you want to have loaded. So now for the microcurrent card, you'll see it says, it's for facial toning and lifting. You'll see in red it is scheduled for today. My goal is 3 times a week. That's what the manufacturer recommends, at least at first, and over time you can maybe go to 2 times a week. And if you want to change the frequency based on your manufacturer or your own personal needs, I just click on this little button and you can switch the frequency to 1 time a week, or 7 times a week. And then you can click on the calendar button and then set which days of the week you want. So I am doing microcurrent on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I could set it up to do it twice a month. I could set it up to select certain dates. So you do it however you want to do it. But this means it's going to go on my calendar on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to do a microcurrent treatment. Now, for red light therapy, it's basically the same thing, but I've set that up for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. So the next card is microneedling, and you can see it's 2 times a month. And then I, on the calendar, selected the 1st and 3rd Sunday of the month. You can pick any day of the week that you want. And then the next category is skin actives. I do them once a week, and I have chosen to do those every Sunday. Then there's dermaplaning, which I only do once a month, and you can see here that I set that up for the 3rd Sunday. So then we have the calendar, and you will see there's all these little circles in it. And then it's color-coded: blue for microcurrent, red for red light, green for microneedling, etc. So today I am now going to say that I have done microcurrent for today. So I'm going to click on Log Today. I'm also going to do dermaplaning today, even though that's not my schedule. I just want to prove a point here. And I'm also going to do microneedling. So I'm going to pretend I did all of those today, and you'll see how these little circles now are filled in, showing me that I have done those.
And then then you'll see empty red circle for tomorrow. So that's my red light day. Empty blue circle, that is my microcurrent day. So I want to point out a couple more things. If you look at microcurrent and red light therapy treatment cards, there's a little shopping cart. If you click on that, you can click into the Zip Halo and the Zip Gel. So if you're using the Zip Halo and you're running out of gel, you can just click here and order it right from the app. And the same thing with Mesama's LED devices and serums. Now, I want this app to work for everybody, so I'm going to be adding a lot of other manufacturers' products in here as well. And then there is also a How to Use button. If you click on that, it's going to walk you through basically what I've already walked you through. But then at the bottom, it says how you can install it on your phone. You're basically going to be creating a shortcut and adding it to the home screen of your phone so you can use it right from there. And then there's a tour button, and this is basically a guided tour where you just follow the pink bars here, and they're going to tell you what all of these various things do. This is so intuitive that I doubt very much that you're going to need that, but it's there if you want it. And I also want to point out I have now clicked off some of the treatments that I'm saying that I'm doing today. So you'll see these green, blue, and purple bars. So it's showing that I've done, 1 out of 3 microcurrent treatments for the week, 1 out of 3 microneedling, and I've also done the 1 dermaplaning that's scheduled for the month.
So if you are one of those people who struggle with consistency and try to remember what to do, when to do it, well, this is going to solve that problem for you. And it's fun to use, plus it's totally free. So all you have to do to start using the treatment tracker is to go to my website, newagebeauty.com. I'm going to link it here and click on treatment tracker. And then you're going to register. It's that simple. And then when you want to go back to it, just go back to the same page, or you can save it in your favorites on your browser. And you can also open it on your phone and then save it to your home screen. There's instructions for how to do that. So if you found my video helpful and you're looking forward to using the treatment tracker, I hope you will leave me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Click on the notification bell, and that way you'll get notified whenever there's new content to see. So I'm curious, in the comments, let me know if you're going to give it a try and which of these treatments, these 8 treatments that are offered in the app are ones that you're actually already doing. And if you have suggestions about other things you'd like to see on the app, just put it in the comments. So thanks for joining me today. I want to wish you and your loved ones a very happy holidays. I look forward to seeing you in my next video and to sharing the beauty in all of us. Have a beautiful day.